Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Ultimate Dirt TV. Tonight on the program, it is the National Sprint Car Hall of Fame and Museum 305 Sprint Car Series. Tonight, we are at Lanier National Speedway for what is Championship Night. Good evening, race fans. Brett Wheeler with you, joined alongside Chris Nunn. Chris, welcome back to UDTV. Welcome back to the Dirty Old Bastards League Racing. And well, it's Championship Week, in fact, for DOB for this week.
Excited to be here. Lanier, always a good racetrack. A lot of passing goes on in this place. Nice, small little bull ring for these sprint cars. And we were talking off air. This points championship is not decided yet.
No, just 6 points separating a couple of drivers, Joe Isabel and Chris Roberts. Now, Joe Isabel at the moment coming into tonight, he leads by a mere 6 points. And well, what that means is it's 1 point per position, so all he has to do to clinch the title is finish 6th here in tonight's main event, and he will automatically clinch the title regardless if Chris Roberts wins. Now, if Chris Roberts wins and Joe Isabel finishes 7th, they will be tied on points, but the tiebreaker, well, that'll go to Chris Roberts because the tiebreaker is the amount of wins in the season, and Chris Roberts has his name in the books, I believe, a couple of times already this season. So basically, it's 6 or 7 positions between Isabel and Roberts. And talking to Chris about half hour ago, he was actually telling me that I'm not going to divulge who he got the setup from, but he has been given a little bit of a few tips and tricks to get that number 93, and he tells me he's not afraid to put it upstairs.
Yeah, on this track, you got to get it upstairs. A lot of people I've seen drive this racetrack, they hug the bottom of the racetrack and run right in the middle. And there's always a nice wet groove up top here. So I think the top's going to be the way to go tonight.
All right, well, we are looking at qualifying right now. Let's take a look at some of the drivers on the racetrack right now. A driver that has picked up a feature win this season, and I believe one of his first appearances, it was at the Williams Grove Speedway. Jake Greenwood in car number 43. He's on the circuit right now, and with how the track is starting to play out, we'll see the driver starting to work that low groove right up on that inside wall, and then later on, hopefully by the time the dash comes around or the start of the main event, we'll see the drivers be upstairs and also down low. Joe Isabel, well, what a way to start off a potential championship victory here tonight. He goes quick time with a 13.021. Chris Roberts on screen so far. His best lap time of 13.135. Can he improve? No, he does not. Little slower, half a tenth to be exact.
Yeah, pretty good start there for Joe Isabel. We mentioned the point standings. He just currently holds a 5-point lead over Chris Roberts coming off of the last race at the dirt track at Charlotte, 365 to 360. So it is going to be a very, very close race tonight. They got to be on top of it tonight.
Oh, what better way to go? Quick time tonight. Travis Oldfield on screen, a 13.157. A 13.157. Eighth quick. Can he improve on the time? No, he does not. It's a 13.182. Richie Preston just going around for his first lap, a 13.233. A 13.233. 2/10 off the pace at the moment, but no doubt lap number 2 should look a little bit quicker. In fact, wow, man, these guys are really slacking off on their second lap as Matthew Seymour comes to a stop with a 13.650. As that's going to make up 26 drivers here this evening, and it is going to be official. Going quick time tonight, and the points leader in this one, Joe Isabel, he will 13.021. He will start on pole, heat race number 1. Jake Greenwood, Trey Long, and Kevin Hanley. Then you go back to Kyle Stoltz, rounding out the top 5, and looking like we are going to have just the 3 heat races in this one. Let's take a look at your Ultimate Dirt TV starting grid.
On the pole, it is your current points leader. It's going to be Joe Isabel, starting in that number 1 position in the 6th car. Outside of him, in the 110, it's going to be Kevin Hanley.
The Catfish, Chris Roberts, will start position 3. Darren Detweiler will start position number 4.
Row 3 on the inside. I believe that's Jonathan Lowe in the number 20, and John Bragman in number 17.
Anthony Marvuglia will start position number 7. Tyler Henselman at a position 8. And Matthew Seymour will round out the 9-car field. Championship night for the National Sprint Car Hall of Fame and Museum 305 Sprint Car Series. And what better way to Chris off the championship night, Chris, between Joe Isabel and Chris Roberts. They are both in this heat race. They start positions 1 and 3.
And this is going to be an interesting heat race. You got both these guys in the same heat, battling for the points championship. Couldn't script it any better than that right now, I don't think.
Nope, 1 to green right now. And in fact, it'll be Joe Isabel to lead off at turn number 4 because he has got the choice once they reach the start zone. Now, all the drivers know where the start is in. Race control tells them exactly where the start zone is, and they're expected to keep an eye on where it is, according to the Dirty Old Bastards Facebook page. Heat race number 1, top 3 to the main event, top 2 to our dash. Green flag is out. Joe Isabel, Chris Roberts, the winner, will grab tickets to all 4 nights of the 360 Knoxville Nationals as Isabel will lead down into turn number 3 and 4 for the first time. Roberts right there on his rear tail, taking rear crash bar. We go into 1 and 2. It's Isabel to lead from Roberts, and Hanley now running in third.
Down the back straightaway, Hanley still trying to catch up to that top 2 battle between Isabel and Roberts. So we're out of turn number 4. Roberts tried to look to the inside of Isabel, could not make the move stick as Isabel pulls away just a tad out of turn number 2 down the back stretch.
Yeah, here comes Hanley closing in on the 93 of Roberts. He'll now move up a lane on the racetrack, but probably not ideal at the moment for any passing on the top side of the racetrack. They all ride right through the middle of the racetrack, all the way around this 3/8 of a mile little bull ring racetrack. Lanier National Speedway, 4 down, 6 to run here in the opening heat race of the night.
Into 1 and 2 they go. Still about a car length or 2 separates your top 2, Joe Isabel and Chris Roberts. Kevin Hanley back there in the 3rd position. Darren Detweiler trying to close in on that top 3 battle as the top 4 have pulled away from the back 4 there just a little bit as they roll into turn number 1 and 2. Running order remains the same.
And right now, let's take a look at our Black Diamond Motorsports onboard cameras. Kevin Hanley trying inside into turns 3 and 4 there on Chris Roberts. In fact, let's just go back and take a look as the battle on for 2nd and 3rd. That is a spot in tonight's dash as well. If you get 2nd, well, you'll make it into the dash, and who knows where you're going to start. They'll pick for positions just like a bit of a randomised number grid, but right now Hanley back to the inside again, unable to make the pass. He's good. He's got good entry speed. It's just that extra speed that's coming off that is hurting him right now. As Roberts, he went down low to test the waters in 3 and 4.
Into turn number 1 and 2, Roberts still trying to low side, trying to get around Isabel. They're going to get the white flag this time by as Isabel pulls away just a tad. Middle groove starting to slick off just a little bit, but that top groove still got a lot of moisture in it. You see the change in the surface. Man, Roberts just can't get underneath him.
He's doing everything easy, even throwing the kitchen sink at him into turn number 3 and 4. Checkered flag is out, and Joe Isabel going to be victorious here in heat race number 1. He'll move on to the dash along with Chris Roberts, who comes home in 2nd, and we'll certainly see those drivers starring in tonight's dash and also main event. Kevin Hanley will grab 3rd, and he will also make tonight's main event as we'll bring up those heat race number 1 results for you right now. Just to confirm, Joe Isabel, Chris Roberts going to the dash, Kevin Hanley going to the main event, Darren Detweiler, Tyler Henselman, John Bragman, Anthony Malvoglio, Matthew Seymour, Jonathan. In fact, I think top 4 may have gone to the feature. Let me just confirm that. Take a look at your Ultimate Dirt TV starting grid, and it is in fact the top 4 that go through, Chris.
All right, got another 9 cars getting set to go to try to fill up 4 spots in the feature. Jay Greenwood, your pole setter, number 43. Outside of him, it's going to be Kyle Stoltz in the 01 machine.
Travis Oldfield in the 38 will start position number 3. Randy Shrees in the 56 will start position number 4.
Currently sitting 3rd in the point standings, it's Richie Preston in 25. Outside of him, we're going to see Jeremy Isabel in the 03.
Jonty Goss will start position 7 in the 777. Larry Snipes will start position number 8. And Monty Hess will start position number 9. So we've got Jonty, Monty, and we've got a Randy Shrees, who is in a pretty good team at the moment.
So like I said, Richie Preston currently sitting on the outside of the point standings. He's going to be one to watch as well. He's got to try to move up a little bit. Got to try to close the gap between him and Roberts and Isabel, but I don't. He's mathematically eliminated, I believe, right?
I believe so, yes. Considering that there's only 26 cars here tonight, of course, 24 going to go through into our main event. But I do believe Richie Preston is going to be there somewhat in a battle for tomorrow night's 410 Winged Sprint Car Championship as well, and we'll talk more about that in just a moment. But heat race number 2, Jake Greenwood and Cole Stoltz. Green flag is out. Heat number 2 here at the Lanier National Speedway.
Into turn number 1 and 2, they go down the back straightaway. Greenwood with the lead. Down the back stretch, Stoltz and Oldfield run second and third. Shreves and Preston now goes to that 4th spot on the inside of the racetrack. Down the front straightaway into 1 and 2. Battle for the lead now. Greenwood and Stoltz out of 2.
And trying to keep the battle on, or the lead for the battle at the moment, as there goes Jeremy Isabel trying to throw the double slide job there on Preston and Shreves, but he'll lose those 2 positions once again. The 56 of Randy Shreves sitting in the 4th and final transfer position. Richie Preston on the outside looking in will start position 2 in the B main if he's unable to get inside the top 4. And at this stage, with how Shreves is running on the bottom side of the racetrack, Shreves very experienced in a 305. There's a lot of 305 racing in the official series, and also the 360s and 410s. He's a sprint car guy through and through.
Indeed, down the back straightaway they go. Just coming past the halfway point, we're going to be working lap number 6 here. Greenwood runs so low on the racetrack. If you notice up on your ticker, it shows him in pit lane. That's how low he runs on the racetrack. I've noticed that happens here at Lanier a lot. It kind of gets confused. We'll check out how low he goes. There, see, it shows him on pit lane right there.
Yeah, well, that's because obviously, when if you're going into pit road, it shows down on the bottom of the racetrack, right up on that inside wall, and it can get if you're not sort of paying attention, and you're just sort of focused on the racing line. But if you sort of just drift in and out of races, it actually comes up on your screen as well that you're entering pit road, and it actually tells you to slow down, and that can also play in the minds as well. As there goes Oldfield. He runs low down into turn number 3 and 4. Oldfield in that orange number 38 machine sitting in third, 2 to run.
Top 4 right now. They run single file. Greenwood, Stoltz, Oldfield, and Shreves. They are currently so far safe into tonight's feature event. Preston and Isabel about traded wheels there coming out of turn 3 and 4 as they run side by side. Preston, though, in that 3rd spot in the points. He's going to have to go to the B main, but here comes your winner. It's going to be Jake Greenwood. Kyle Stoltz 2nd, Travis Oldfield 3rd, and Randy Shreves gets that 4th and final transfer spot.
Greenwood, Stoltz, Oldfield, and Shreves all going to the main event. Preston, Jeremy Isabel, Goss, Hess, all those drivers going towards the B main. Heat race number 2 results coming up on screen. Larry Snipes going to the B main as well. 9 cars at heat number 2. We'll have another 9 cars. In fact, we'll have 8 cars in heat race number 3. Let's take a look at your Ultimate Dirt TV starting grid.
On the pole, we're going to see Trey Long in the number 59 machine and Brad Faria in that number 84.
Justin Stolz will line up at a position number 3. Brandon Kerstetter will line up at a position number 4.
Jason Giblin rolls off in the 5th position in car number 9, and outside him in the 010 machine, it's going to be Justin Williams.
Then we go back to position number 7, the 4th and final row. Corey Goodall will start position 7, and Jason Shook lines up at a position number 8. And again, 8 cars, the 3rd and final heat race of the night. The top 4 going to go through, which means we are going to take 12 from the B main, and I believe it is going to be about a 15 car field in the B main, if I'm not mistaken. What do we have? 29, 9, 18, 26.
Yeah,
So
14.
14, yep. Now look, simple math on the fly. We do it very well here.
So 2 cars are going to be very disappointed at the end of this B main coming up. All right, out of turn 4, it's going to be Trey Long stomping on the gas pedal. We are underway here in heat race number 3, final heat race of the night. Trey Long leads him out of 1 and 2. Faria now to the 2nd spot. Kerstetter and Stoltz going at it for 3rd. It's going to be Kerstetter getting that spot with Stoltz back in that 4th and final transfer spot. They spread out just a bit. 1 lap complete. Trey Long still leads.
And we'll go back and take a look at the battle for 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th right now. So we had Justin Stolz in the 23 just come up and take the nose off the number 9 machine of Jason Giblin. As Justin Williams now in 4th position, starting to close in on the 922 machine of Brandon Kerstetter for position number 3. There was almost a hint of going 3 wide through 1 and 2, and now here comes Stolz around the outside. There's a lot of Justins and Jasons in this one. There's 4 of them, in fact. They make up half the field.
Down the back straightaway, Long, Faria, Kerstetter, and Williams. They are still running single file. Everybody running around the top side of the racetrack. This seems to be the line right there. One guy, Faria, trying the bottom, coming out of 1 and 2, but right now this track is top dominant right now. As you can see, it's starting to slick off.
Yeah, it's getting real slick. That line right through at both ends of the racetrack is getting a little bigger. Now drivers starting to put their right rears in the looser dirt up on the top side, getting incher and closer to the concrete wall. And then you got the likes of Justin Stolz, who's trying to make something happen on the bottom side, trying to get the shortest way around. He'll go back to the top into 1 and 2, and he might more than likely go back to the bottom in 3 and 4, trying to keep the momentum up in that 23 machine. But Justin Williams slides up, takes the line away, 3 to run.
Yep, 3 laps to go. A little bit of contact as we roll out of turn number 3 and 4. Williams and Stoltz, as they made slight contact going into 1 there. And to turn number 4 they come. Stoltz and Williams still trading that 4th and final transfer spot. We got 2 laps to go right now. Coming up.
I thought Faria was actually trying to put a move on there for Trey Long for the race lead. But as they race off at turn number 4, there's a couple of car lengths separating the pair right now. 4/10 of a second for Trey Long as he makes his way out of turn number 2. And down the back straightaway for the final time. Heat racing action is complete here in Championship night. And Trey Long will get the win. He will go to the dash along with Brad Faria. Home in second spot, Brendan Kirstetter finishes 3rd. Justin Williams gets the 4th and final transfer spot. Justin Stolz ahead of Jason Giblin, I believe that was, in position number 6, as we'll bring up those heat race number 3 results. Here it is, Jason Giblin, Jason Shook and Corey Goodhall. We'll see all these drivers in the B main. Let's take a look at your Ultimate Dirt TV starting grid for tonight's one and only B main.
Top 12 will transfer, and we're going to take a look at our lineup. Tyler Henselman will be your pole setter in 21, and it's starting second. The 25 machine, that'll be Richie Preston.
Justin Stolz will line up at a position number 3, and John Bragman will make his way off the 4th position.
In row number 3 on the inside, Jeremy Isabel in the 03 machine. Outside of him, it's going to be Jason Giblin in 9.
Anthony Malvuglia driving the 238 will start position number 7. Jonty Goss in the 777 will start position number 8.
Row 5 on the inside, starting 9th, going to be Jason Shook in the 222, and outside of him, Matthew Seymour in the 003 machine.
Position number 11 is going to be Larry Snipes, and Corey Goodall will start out of position number 12.
And our final row, row number 7 on the inside, Jonathan Lowe in the number 20 machine, and outside of him, Monty Hess in 75.
All right, that's your Ultimate Dirt TV starting grid lineup. Yeah, B main, 12 laps on the board. Top 12 going through. So our math was correct. I like when things go to plan. Just makes it so much easier. But here we go. Tyler Henselman and Richie Preston. As I said, Preston's got a chance at a potential 410 wing Sprint Car Championship. And did you know that yours truly won a DOB 410 Championship in one of their first seasons, the first couple of seasons?
I did not know that. He currently holds a 12-point lead in there going into tomorrow night's racing action. So it's close in that league as well.
Yeah, there's 3 drivers battling it out for the 410 Championship, but we'll talk more about that tomorrow night. There's Tyler Henselman running on the top side of the racetrack, the 23. That's Justin Stolz. He's working down low. Richie Preston in the 25. He's running upstairs, following Tyler Henselman. A good 3-car battle on for the top 3 positions in the race lead. As Stolz now moves to the inside, he'll move to the race lead, but only momentarily, because now here comes Tyler Henselman back to the outside. Preston trying the middle of the racetrack. Yellow flag is out.
Caution out for the first time this evening as take a look at our Wicked Cushion instant replay and find out exactly what just happened.
Anthony Marvuglia in the 238 machine on screen. The black and pink car just come off the wall, and he goes for a bit of a ride as he's going to be out of this one. Also getting caught up was Matthew Seymour in the 003 machine. Things can happen very, very quickly here.
Small racetrack, small, not a lot of room to race there. It's not as wide as most tracks that we see, like Knoxville or Charlotte, stuff like that. It's 2 walls on the inside, 1 on the outside, and you got to watch where you're going sometimes.
Well, speaking of the Knoxville, the National Sprint Car Hall of Fame and Museum, they are offering up tickets to all 4 nights of the Knoxville Nationals for the 360s as a prize for the winner of this series. So we thank the Knoxville Raceway or the National Sprint Car Hall of Fame and Museum for jumping on board, and of course a big thanks to Tim Nichols as well, who I believe played a big hand in getting that all sorted. And of course, I hope Tim, I know you're in chat, buddy, so I hope you're recovering well. I believe you had knee surgery, if I'm not mistaken. I'm pretty sure I read somewhere along the lines, but the green flag is back out. B main on track and 3 down, 9 to run. Tyler Henselman back to the lead. As now we've got Jason Giblin now looking down to the inside. He'll look to take third away from Preston.
Giblin trying to get that third spot away. They run side by side. Giblin on the bottom of the racetrack and battle for first, second, third, and fourth. Preston goes back to the outside of Giblin. 2 distinct grooves, one on the low side, one on the high side. As they roll out of turn number 4, it's Henselman, Stoltz, Preston, and Giblin.
Right now, you'd almost want to put the feature race on track, just knowing that we have certainly got a couple of different grooves. At the moment, there is still plenty of moisture left up on the top side of the racetrack. As now, again, you've still got first and now third run on the top side, second and fourth. They'll run on the low side, but Preston now, he'll look to move into second position. What will happen as we come out of turn 4? I can tell you what's going to happen. The yellow flag is going to come out.
Yellow flag breaking up a race here. Just take a look at your Wicked Cushion instant replay. Let's see exactly what happened here.
That was Larry Snipes in the 7 machine. Let's go back a little farther because I'm not sure. Here it is. He may have gotten tagged. Definitely got tagged. That wasn't the one that brought out the caution. I think he may have had contact with the wall. Stopping on the back straightaway. I mean, that's plenty of time to get off the racetrack. That's the reason why the yellow's out. Tell you what, this B main. Again, I'm looking forward to the main event. I'm not even sure how many laps the main event is. I probably should have looked at that while we're seeing the Ultimate Dirt TV starting grid animation play. I'm going to say about 40.
I was going to say about 30 or 40. That was going to be my guess. We're back underway here with lap 8 of 12 here in this B main event. Speaking of 12, we've got our 12 cars that are going to make it into the show. Larry Snipes and Marvuglio are out of this one. So that leaves 12 cars on the racetrack as we roll out of turn number 4.
Man, look at Preston. We're just rounding up. Winding up that number 25 machine. He'll look to make it 3 wide on the exit of turn number 2. Yellow is out, and well, now it's all about finishing positions. The further you finish in this one, and the higher you will start in the main event. Matthew Seymour, I believe that was in the 003 machine, as he's on screen right now. 333 machine. That's Corey Goodall. That's the second time. He was in fact the one that turned. It was Larry Snipes before the previous yellow had come out.
Just a couple of laps left here in this B as Henselman playing with the pace truck here a little bit.
He's a good guy, that Tyler Henselman. I used to give him so much crap about how he could never beat me, and then he made it his mission to get me in the broadcast booth so I'd stop beating him all these weeks. And poor old sucker. And I said yes, I'd do it. Used to cover the 360s and 410s on the Tuesday and Thursday night, back when it used to be the Blues Fear Corporation, I think it was, 360 Sprint Car season. Now that's going back some ways. Green flag is back out. There is just 3 laps left to run. Keep an eye on the 25 of Richie Press, and he's wound that thing up on the top side once again. He'll look to move into third spot as he tries to get around Jason Gibbon. Meanwhile, Justin Stolz, he's now opted to go upstairs into turn number 1 and 2.
Into turn number 3 and 4 they come. Giblin on the bottom of the racetrack. He is running that low line. It's down as low as you can get. White flag out on the racetrack right now. Henselman, Stoltz, Preston, Giblin. Right now at turn number 2 down the backstretch for the final time here in this B main event. Everybody on the racetrack is going to transfer, but who's going to win it? Coming out of turn 4, it's going to be Stoltz. Henselman at the line, first and second. That was close.
I could have almost told you it was coming, but I didn't think that he was going to get the run that he actually got. That was a very, very well-timed move there from Justin Stoltz. Will bring up those B-main results. Justin Stoltz, your winner from Tyler Henselman. Richie Preston in third. Again, close times there between your top 5, just half a second. Jason Giblin in 4th. Jeremy Isabel rounds out the top 5. Jonathan Lowe, John Bragman 6th and 7th. Jonty Goss in 8th. 9th is Jason Shook. Monty Hess rounds out the top 10. Matthew Seymour and Corey Goodall. The 12 drivers that will make the main event for championship night here at Lanier National Speedway. Unfortunately for Larry Snipes and Anthony Malvoglio, well, they are done for the night as we now get set for... Well, it's not a warm-up session because we have our dash cars and the dash drivers about to make their way onto the racetrack. So at this stage, what they're doing right now is they're just drawing for positions. But you know what's happening here, Chris, is we're going to have Chris Roberts and Joe Isabel, the championship contenders. They are both in the dash and looking forward to where the drivers start in this 6-car, 6-lap dash.
So how they finish is how they'll start tonight's main event. So this could tell a big tale here. If one of them ends up winning, another one finishes 6th, that could be a big factor in tonight's feature event. I'm hoping they start 1st and 2nd so we can see a battle break out here.
I think what would look even better is if you had Chris Roberts start on pole and you had Joe Isabel to start position 6, because it's only a 6-point gap. So when it comes to the championship, Chris Roberts needs to win, but all Joe Isabel needs to do, he needs to finish 6th. And I believe there's quite a lot of JIR sim drivers out here along with the Dirty Old Bastards team as well. I think they've both got about 4 or 5 drivers representing their teams here tonight. So they nearly make up half the field here tonight. But, man, looking forward to the main event. But before we even get there, as cars will start to make their way out onto the racetrack. Right now, this dash is up next, and we'll have your starting. Well, we won't even have a starting grid because it's all been lined up manually.
The manual drawing is how they're going to do it, and I believe they're using the warm-up time, correct, to do this?
Yes, that is correct. Yep. And then what they'll do is after the dash is complete, they'll get the drivers back on pit road, and then they will open up the track for about 2 minutes of warm-up, or about 1 or 2 minutes of warm-up. And look at this. Jake Greenwood starts on pole alongside Chris Roberts. Joe Isabel, Trey Long out of positions 3 and 4. Kyle Stoltz will start position 5. And the 84 of Brad Faria will start position number 6. As we'll probably go around one more time and we'll let them loose next time by. But again, Isabel and Roberts, they start 2 and 3.
Be an interesting heat or interesting dash here to see exactly where they finish. As I said, how they finish is how they'll start the heat race. Greenwood and Roberts, your front row. I believe this is a 6-lap dash. 6 cars, 6 laps, exactly right. Greenwood takes the gas. We are underway here in this dash.
Greenwood gets a good start there from Roberts down through turn number 1 and 2. Trey Long trying the moves on Isabel up on the outside. Kyle Stolt in the countryside. 0-1 machine, the countryside, an oven chimney or something along those lines is quite a big one. He runs in 4th position, the orange and white machine. Long back to his outside, but now Isabel trying the bottom side on Chris Roberts, but Roberts now he'll go down to the bottom side into turn number 3, into 1 and 2.
Greenwood still leads. Roberts back there in that 2nd spot. It's Isabel back there in 3rd. So as they run right now, they'll start 2nd and 3rd in the feature. It's pretty comfortable starting spots for both those drivers, especially for Isabel, because he's got to finish 6th in tonight's feature or better to win the championship here tonight at Lanier.
Yeah, just looking at normally I keep track of how many laps you're on, but I think we're only looking at probably 2 or 3 laps left to run in this one at this stage. It is all Jake Greenwood again. He picked up a feature win at the Williams Grove Speedway And he absolutely waxed him. What is the 003 of Seymour doing on the racetrack? He needs to get off. He's not in this race.
I think he thought there was a practice session going on, but wow.
Yeah, checkered flag is out. That is probably one of the dumbest things I've ever seen. Wow. Anyhow, Jake Greenwood, your winner in the dash, and he will start on pole. We'll take a quick break and come back on the other side of this. The main event up next.
Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Welcome back, race fans, to Ultimate Dirt TV. And your coverage of the National Sprint Car Hall of Fame and Museum 305 Sprint Car Series Championship Night here at Lanier National Speedway. Brett Wheeler joined alongside Chris Dunn as Chris we get set for the main event here in just a few moments' time. We're just sort of talking off air. 50 laps around this tight little racetrack. It's a long way, but with laps, with how short they are with the lap times, but no doubt this 50-lap feature event is just going to go very, very quickly.
And 50 laps and these fuel tanks. I wonder how much fuel is going to play a part into this feature.
Looking at, I think the official races, the 30 lappers, I think you can run about 8 gallons on these, so you could definitely have more than enough fuel. And that's one thing that sort of we've seen Joe Isabel do. He's been very tight on fuel in a couple of these races already this season. You can probably cast the memory bank back to about 4 or 5 weeks ago at Volusia. He was well clear and actually ran out of fuel about 3 or 4 laps prior, and then his brother Jeremy, he ran out of fuel coming to the finish line, and actually I'm pretty sure Chris Roberts actually picked up that winner. It might have been Kevin Hanley, one of the two, but yeah, it was certainly a race to remember. All right, let's take a look at your Ultimate Dirt TV starting grid. And from the back, out of position number 24, that'll be Corey Goodall. He's inside, it'll be Matthew Seymour.
Starting in row 11 on the outside, it's going to be Monty Hess, 75. Inside of row 11, lead number 222, that'll be Jason Shook, starting 21st.
Start of position number 20 of John D. Goss and John Bragman out of position number 19.
Row 9 outside, starting 20th, going to be Jonathan Lowy, and then inside of row number 9, starting 17th, Jeremy Isabel in 03.
Then we go back to Jason Giblin out of position 16. Position 15 is Richie Preston.
Starting in row 7 on the outside, Tyler Henselman starting in the 14th position. Starting 13th, Justin Stoltz in 23.
And we go to our first 6 rows. Justin Williams out of position number 12. Randy Shrees out of position number 11.
Starting in that 10th position, it's going to be Darren Detweiler in the number 3 machine. And starting 9th, going to be Brandon Kerstetter in 922.
Travis Oldfield will line up out of position number 8. Kevin Hanley lines up out of position number 7.
And I believe these top 6 starters, once again, we did that through the dash. Trey Long and Brad Faria will make up row number 3.
Kyle Stoltz will start position 4. Joe Isabel will start position number 3.
And then Chris Roberts will start position number 2. And the pole setter via winning the dash, it's going to be Jake Greenwood.
Well, 50 laps is on the board. Joe Isabel versus Chris Roberts. 6 positions. Joe Isabel just needs to finish inside the top 6. If he does, he will automatically be crowned the champion for the 305 Sprint Car Series. 50 laps on the board. The main event is green and we are underway. And Jake Greenwood showing his intentions very clear, going straight to the top side through 1 and 2. He'll do the same into 3 and 4 as Joe Isabel runs low through 3 and 4. And here comes Roberts trying to look back to the outside.
Into turn number 1 and 2 they go. It is Greenwood and Isabel, 1 and 2 down the back straightaway. Chris Roberts in 3rd. And taking a look at that battle for 4th. Faria now up to the 5th spot. They are duking it out back there, 4th, 5th, and 6th. Duking it out 3 wide almost.
And now they'll go 3 wide down the back straightaway. Nearly as Trey Long moves up and puts Kyle Stoltz in the 01 machine. That's the orange and white machine. Back to position 5 as Brad Faria tries to come underneath him down into turn number 1 and 2. Trey Long continues to work the bottom side. Look at the 110 machine of Kevin Hanley. Man, this is not a good sign. Early goings for Chris Roberts. He is now in a 3-wide battle with Faria and also Kyle Stoltz, but he's got Joe Isabel in front of him. And if this continues up over the next 45 laps, well, Joe Isabel will be crowned champion.
Just got to stick around in the top 6 is Joe Isabel. And he is running comfortably. I don't think he's pushing it too much. He looks to be comfortable where he's at. And look out. Wow, Stoltz about ran right up into the side of him.
Yeah, now here comes Travis Oldfield in that orange number 38 machine. He's working upstairs as well. When does Roberts, does he try and pull the trigger and try something different? Does he try and go to the bottom side? Or is he going to keep that number 93 up on the top side? Now Joe Isabel, he'll bite the bullet and go down to the bottom side, trying to get a pass there on Trey Long in the 58 machine. But Trey Long, man, look at Jake Greenwood out by 1.6, 1.7 seconds. He's not even in your screen right now. He is just hauling 855 right now.
He is out front and out front big time. There you see the gap between 1st and 2nd. Greenwood in his own zip code right now out front. Still clean and green right now here at Lanier in this main event, the season finale for the National Sprint Car Hall of Fame and Museum 305's Dirty Old Bastards Racing League. I love having an excuse to say that.
Yeah, you and Steve both get, you both love to say it as well. Right now, Roberts and Faria battling side by side. Here comes Stoltz. Look at Darren Detweiler in the number 3 machine. He's now made his way up inside position number 7. Now 3 wide down your back straight away. Roberts, Stoltz, and Faria and Detweiler and Oldfield. What a 5-car battle. We got yellow for the first time tonight.
And a pretty good green flag run there, so back under caution now, working lap 13. Take a look at your Whittaker Cushion instant replay and find out what happened.
003 here of Matthew Seymour. This looks to be Monty Hess, both these drivers. Well, Seymour just got a little loose in front of Monty Hess, and Seymour goes around, and he had no choice but to put it in reverse and get that car fired back up and facing the right direction. Just trying to keep an eye on how the drivers in the championship are going. 2nd and 4th at this stage, so if it keeps going the way that it's going, Joe Isabel, well, he might just be off to the Knoxville Raceway for the 360 Knoxville Nationals.
And that's a good thing. Maybe if you got a race car, you can take it with you. I don't know if he's got a 360 or not, but hey, at least you get tickets to watch the 360 Nationals. Always a great event leading up to the Knoxville Nationals, which is, I'm going to make it out there one day. I swear to it.
It's a big 2 weeks, with the 360s and then obviously the the Capitani Classic, just, you know, the what's on the Tuesday? Sunday? Is it the Sunday or the Monday, the Capitani Classic?
I think it's the Sunday. I believe the Tuesday is the Front Row Nationals at Oski.
Yep, that's it. That's the one I was thinking of. And then love the, you know, 4 day show, or the 5 day show that they have for the 410s. Here we go. Pace truck is made its way back onto pit road. Jake Greenwood. We start what is essentially lap number 13, so we've completed 11 laps and 39 to run. Roberts, well, he's opted to go downstairs into 1 and 2. Isabel runs the middle of the racetrack into turn number 3 and 4. In fact, gets that grip line right through turn number 3 and 4, 3/4 of the way up the racetrack, and he does the same thing in 1 and 2 as well.
To turn number 1 and 2, they go out of 2. It's Greenwood, Isabel Long, and Faria. Chris Roberts dropping back to that 5th position. He's got Detweiler behind him, trying to make something happen as well. Stoltz and Detweiler, though, they trade 6th and 7th back and forth. It's good racing back behind your leaders, however, but Greenwood's been stinking up the joint this whole entire race.
Yeah, he's certainly been a one to watch. Oh no, we got Shrees into the wall, comes down Oldfield. Man, no, one car into the wall. That is Brennan Kerstetter in the 922 machine. He's got it back going again, but just in front of the leaders, man. Oh, Greenwood. Talk about a
yellow.
Talk about a pucker up moment. Yeah, that yellow was very, very delayed.
Wow, that yellow flew right as Greenwood was coming down the front straightaway, and he about absolutely clobbered that 922 machine of Kerstetter.
Man, that is a heart in the mouth. Now you got to wonder what kind of damage has it done to the left of the 43 machine. Jake Greenwood, man, he has just been absolutely lightning quick here tonight at Lanier. He was lightning, I think from memory. He come from about 11th, I want to say, but 8th or 11th at the Williams Grove Speedway to pick up his first feature win. And then I believe the following week or 2 weeks, he also bagged a podium as well. So, you know, for the few times that we've seen him here on Ultimate Dirt TV, he's certainly been a driver to watch. As we're getting set to go back to green flag action this time by, keep an eye on the 43 of Jake Greenwood, your race leader.
See what happens here after this caution. Hopefully everything is A-okay here on this 43 machine up front. Isabel sitting back there in that second spot. It's where he needs to be to clinch a points championship in that top 6. Back underway. Here we go.
Greenwood straight to the top shell. Isabel straight through 3/4 of the way up the racetrack. Then you go back to Trey Long, trying to hold off Brad Faria out of turn number 4. Faria down the low side, as is Chris Roberts, as he now looks to get by the number 3 machine of Darren Detweiler. The positions number 5 and 6 right now, with Detweiler coming back to his outside, Kevin Hanley, and then you go back to Justin Williams. He's moved up 4 positions. Richie Preston as well. He's moved up inside the top 10. He's picked up 5 positions as Roberts down the low side, right up on that inside wall into 1 and 2.
Into 3 and 4 they go, still rolling that inside wall out of turn 4. Greenwood has about a 5 yellow. Caution is out again here in this 50 lapper.
It's the 21 of Tyler Henselman. I think Jonathan Lowe may have had a helping hand in that one as well. So a couple of admins going at it, a couple of teammates going at it as well. So the 21 of Henselman and the 20 of Jonathan Lowe. Now let's see what happens here to Henselman. Oh, he just come off the cushion and came down the racetrack into Jonathan Lowe. And Jonathan Lowe, well, he caught both walls at once. He caught the outside wall, then flipped him back down to the inside wall. That's a pretty impressive stat.
It's not a very good 2-for-1 that you want when it comes to your race car, that is for sure.
I'll tell you what, man, Joe Isabel, what a way to clinch the title if he was able to get the win here at Lanier and any chance of what could be for Chris Roberts. Chris Roberts, he's won plenty of DOB titles. Of course, yes, he does run these, but he does a great job adminning and doing all the post-race penalties and stuff like that. He's taken away wins from drivers. I've been one of those drivers that he's taken a win away from, and let me tell you, when you win on the racetrack, you think it's all good, but when it gets taken away from you for breaking the rules, it sucks.
Yeah, not the way you want to lose a race. That is for sure. Always got to pass the tech and follow the rules. That's probably one of the most important things. Follow the rules.
Oh, Roberts is around!
Oh, and that might gift wrap it right there for Isabel.
Oh, near sure he had a helping hand in this one. Chris Roberts, the 93, facing the wrong way in turns 3 and 4. Who is the culprit? Is it Detweiler? It is. Oh no. And then Kyle Stoltz nailed him as well. Let's see if anybody else managed to hit the 93. Nope. Darren Detweiler causing that one. Oh, that sucks for Roberts.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's going to gift wrap the title for Isabel.
Alright, so it looks like we'll go back to the last recorded lap, so we'll complete lap, what is essentially lap 20, leaving 31 remaining still for this championship battle. And yes, with Chris Roberts being at the back of or being near the back of the bus in position 18th position, Joe Isabel sits in second at this stage, and all he has to do is finish inside the top 6, and the championship is automatically his. As lights go out on the iRacing.com pace truck, the National Sprint Car Hall of Fame and Museum 305 Sprint Car Series season finale here. Season finale for the 410 Wings Sprint Cars, and I think tomorrow, for the 410s, I think we go to the dirt track at Charlotte.
Lights out, green is out, back underway. We'll see if Chris Roberts can make a run from the back, down the back straight, under 1 and 2, down the back straightaway they go. Greenwood, still your leader down the back straightaway. Isabel and Faria, that second and third spot.
And Faria working low in the number 84 machine, and now we're seeing the trigger effect of cautions, breeding cautions at the moment, and it could be a good thing for the likes of Chris Roberts, because if we keep seeing these yellows, he's going to be passing cars because they're going to the back. But I think things just got bad. They went from bad to worse for Chris Roberts.
Yeah, definitely not the race he was wanting to have, as we take a look at exactly what happened here on your Wicked Christian's replay. Just caught the wall and then got clipped again.
Yeah, but this time Detweiler had nowhere to go on that exchange, and we're actually on board the number 93 machine of Chris Robertson. Again, you can see how easy it is to misjudge and clip the inside wall with the left front tyre. You can do it at Volusia, you can do it here, you can do it at Eldora. I'm just trying to think what other tracks have got the inside wall. USA, Williams Grove. There's a handful of tracks to where you can clip the inside wall, and it can really take away your momentum and really hurt that race car as we get set. 30 laps left to run here in the main event, so 20 completed so far. Jake Greenwood leads from Brad Faria, and now Joe Isabel. Faria now moves into second momentarily. Here comes Trey Long to the low side, and look at Kevin Hanley trying to roll the cushion up on the top side.
Into turn 1 and 2 they go. Greenwood and Isabel, and a 1 and 2 down the back straightaway. Faria has got that bottom of the racetrack working for him as they roll into 3 and 4. Isabel up high out of turn number 4, running right up there against the wall. Seems to be a good line for him, but you just can't get around Isabel, or get around Faria.
Yeah, look at Trey Long all over the back of Joe Isabel out of turn number 2, as Isabel now tries to work his magic up on the top side of the racetrack. Greenwood continues to lead this one at the moment. He has had now a clear track all race long so far. He is the closest he got to lap traffic was when that lap car was sitting on the inside of the racetrack, and he clouded the inside wall. Faria and Isabel still going at it for second and third. Faria not giving up on that bottom side.
He is absolutely married to that bottom groove as they roll out of turn number 1 and 2 down the backstretch into 3. Trey Long, Kevin Hanley run 4th and 5th. Your leader, Greenwood, man, he is just absolutely pulling away yet again. Earlier on, he had a huge lead before the caution erased that. Richie Preston up now to the 6th spot.
Yeah, Preston has advanced 9 positions from 15th up to position number 6, and now on the verge of looking at a potential top 5. He just needs to get by the 110 machine of Kevin Hanley, but Hanley, he is good through the middle of the racetrack, and in fact running the slider line as he runs low into 3. Out of turn 4, he's on the top side. He'll look to mirror image it in 1 and 2, but no, in fact he stays all the way around the bottom side. And now here comes Long again after Faria into turn number 3 and 4. Again, 3 different grooves for 2nd, 3rd, and 4th.
2 grooves indeed, bottom and the top side. And they are working it to perfection. Lap traffic coming up right here. Tyler Henselman looks to be the first car to go a lap down. We'll see how well that Greenwood can maneuver the lap traffic as he goes to the bottom side. We'll see if that allows Isabel to catch up.
Well, the gap is about 1.2 seconds at the moment. Greenwood now opted to go to the bottom side of the racetrack. The gap is out to 1.3 as Greenwood gets by Henselman. Isabel still holding on to position 2 and holding on. He has got one hand wrapped up on the championship and one hand on the steering wheel. He is laser focused right now. Trey Long, has fallen back to position 5. Kevin Hanley gets by him as now Richie Preston looks to move inside the top 5.
Richie Preston, a little bit of contact between he and Trey Long as they headed into turn number 3. Out of turn number 4 on the front straightaway. Everybody running spread out there in the top 5. Here comes, that 21 car, Henselman. He's a lap car, but he's battling with the leaders like he's battling for position.
Yeah, I think he's actually just trying to stay in a groove where, out of the drivers on the lead lap bar, doesn't want to cost anybody a race or cost anybody a championship. I've run with Tyler for quite a long time. You get to know how these drivers race. And right now, he's just trying to stay out of harm's way, not get into anybody, and just let everybody go on by. But he looks to have a bit of a handful in that number 21 machine. As there goes Hanley. Excuse me, he puts a slider on him. And now here comes Preston after Hanley right now.
Preston trying to roll him in. Hanley right in front of him in that 110 machine. And that lap car, Henselman, he is right there battling with him. That's kind of causing Preston to not be able to make the pass. But here comes Williams.
We got a 3 wide behind him as Oldfield now puts the slide job there on Williams. And now where will Williams go? He'll go back to the top side. Trey Long back to the inside. Faria, I think he may have caught a piece of the inside wall. Now here comes Hanley and Preston coming up to the 84 of Faria down into turn number 3 and 4.
They have caught him as they roll down the front straightaway. Hanley going to try to go to the top side track now. Slick top to bottom. Travis Oldfield now works himself into the mix. As there you see Isabel and Faria. And you got a whole Hornet's nest right there. 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th all together.
You've got to wonder right now, is Joe Isabel knowing that Roberts is down in about 15th position? Is he starting to let up and just ease? Does he know that he just wants to finish right near the front of the field in front of Roberts to clinch the title and potentially book his ticket, his airplane ticket, or he might even have a drive to the Knoxville Raceway? We're just now 8 laps away from finding out if Joe Isabel is going to the 360 Knoxville Nationals.
Yeah, he has got a big lead right now. Something drastic has to happen to keep Greenwood from winning this one. He's not even in your screen right now as Faria dukes it out with Isabel. That's how big of a lead Greenwood has right there. You saw him exiting to the top of the screen there. As they roll down the back straightaway, he's trying to put Monte Hess a lap down. We roll out of turn number 4. And that battle for 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th is insane right here.
Oh, it's about 2nd through to about 7th at this stage right now. And you just see there is 6 cars all going at it to find out which drivers they want to get on the podium here in the championship race. As Hanley, look at Preston up on the inside. Preston is now to position number 3 from position number 15. Is this the dominant sign for the 25 for tomorrow night? Oh, Monty Hess, look out, oh man. Oh, we're about to go yellow.
Wow, yellow flag. maybe we are still green out of turn. Okay, there we are. We're yellow now. I thought maybe we're going to keep it green as everybody's still racing here out of turn 3 and 4. Man, we got a great race going on back here behind Greenwood. And if you take Greenwood out of the equation, we've got a heck of a race.
Yeah, and that was a 2.5 second lead as well that Greenwood had over Isabel and the rest of the drivers. That, again, there was 6 cars battling for positions 2 all the way through to 7. Then you throw in a lap car as well. Man, they all done well to avoid that lap car. But we are just looking at about 3 or 4 laps remaining when we go back to green. And again, surely Isabel right now knows that he is just, he can almost put 2 hands on the title.
It is right there within his grasp. That one-way trip, or sorry, round trip ticket to Knoxville and back. Hey, I know it could be a one-way. He may just, go out there to race and watch the races and stay there. That's how good Knoxville is.
I mean, if you got a one-way ticket, I'll take one of those too, please.
There we go.
Just think how much more broadcasting I could do. As if we don't do enough anyway. But look, certainly enjoying what these drivers have put on here in the championship night. And once they got the yellows out of their system, again, that looked to be probably another 20 green flag run now. So once we'll see the timing and scoring, go back to, should go back to lap 47. So that'll be 47 complete, essentially. And then you take the 1 lap away. So 4 laps left in this one. Greenwood, he is just so dominant right now. Could he be any more dominant? This is like a Bradley Oldfield drive, or even a Callum Davidson drive. Green flag is out. 4 circuits remaining here at Lanier. Greenwood straight to the top side, but Isabel looking to the inside down into turn number 1 and 2. Will he try to slide him into 3 and 4? Yes, he does, and the opportunity comes for Joe Isabel to take the race lead. He will lead that lap as, man, oh man, Jay Greenwood, that's the only lap that he has not led.
Yeah, Isabel, that's the first time Greenwood has seen anybody in front of him. Isabel wants to win this championship on top with the win. I think that might have been the only chance he might have. He'll try to slide in front of him again here, but Greenwood's too good off the top of the racetrack. White flag's going to fly this time by as Greenwood's in the wall.
Man, keep an eye on Preston and Oldfield as well. 4 cars battling for the number 1 spot. The white flag is out. The final lap of the National Sprint Car Hall of Fame and Museum 305 Sprint Car Series into 3 and 4. The win, the checkered flag is going to go to the inaugural running champion. Joe Isabel gets the win here tonight. Second is going to go to Richie Preston from 15th all the way up to position number 2. And at the line, I believe it was Travis Oldfield who gets 3rd. It is just ahead of Jake Greenwood. And man, he must feel like he has just been absolutely stabbed right between the eyeballs. He comes home 4th. Kevin Hanley rounds out your top 5. Brad Faria, Justin Williams, Randy Shreves, John Bragman, and Jason Giblin round out your top 10.
Wow, what a wild series of events in that last lap. The Greenwood, man, like I said, you got to feel like he just got kicked right square in the groin. Going to work our interviews here. We'll get everybody up to the podium here as you just saw a heck of a race there. So pretty one-sided throughout the first part of the race, and those cautions. Going to bring our winner and our points champion, Mr. Isabel. Congratulations, man. That's one way to win a championship right there, come out on top.
Yeah, it was a heck of a run at the end there. So as the slicker the track got, the better my car got, and Jake ended up getting in the wall a little bit at the end there, and I capitalized on it. That's a good way to end the season. Now,
Jake was pulling away by a lot. He had a pretty good lead on you guys. Do you think without the cautions you would have had anything for him?
No, not with a 305. You can't make up the kind of ground like a 360 or a 410 can. And, I mean, even if I was quicker, a couple of tenths a lap, it'll take a long time for me to catch him as far out as he was.
So points champion, and now you've got tickets to go watch the 360 Nationals at Knoxville. How about that?
Yeah, can't wait. Now I gotta sit here and do a coin toss with the 10 drivers on my team to figure out who's going.
I got a better
Yeah.
idea. Chris,
No, Brad.
Chris and I are free. I mean, you don't want to play favoritism, but Chris and I are free.
Hey,
You guys should go.
Could take a trip out there, watch the 360 and the 410 Nationals.
Yeah.
I'm in.
I'm hoping to run into to Chris out there. Actually, the owner of DOB there. He said he's going to be there, so hope I get to meet him.
Hey, that's going to be a pretty good meeting. You can thank him for the tickets and visit the National Sprintcar Hall of Fame. How many times have you been out to Knoxville?
I've never been.
Are you excited?
Yes, absolutely. Me and the team, we're gonna go to Knoxville for sure, and obviously, and then we want to do the Charlotte World Championship race there at the end of the year. We want to go to that too.
Who you got to give thanks to? It's been a long season here, and who you got to give thanks to that's helped you out over the season?
I got to thank my whole team, JR Sim Sports, Psycho Chassis, my brother. I mean, if it wasn't for him, Jeremy, if it wasn't for his setups and helped me with the car, I would have never won 2 races or even finished up front as much as I did. So I definitely got to put a big thanks to my brother. He's like a godsend when it comes to 305 sets.
I set it up pretty good for you. Once again, congratulations on this championship season, and have fun out in Knoxville.
Thanks, guys.
That is Joe Isabel, your points champion, here tonight, picking up a win on top.
All right, we'll chat to the rider that comes home in second place tonight. It is Richie Preston. And well, Richie, congratulations on yet another podium. This time you do it the hard way, from 15th up to second. Man, a hell of a run for you in that number 25 machine.
Yeah, we keep getting closer and closer. Just kind of disappointed there. I know we had the fastest car at the end. Just kind of starting that far back. Just got to kind of be patient with 50 laps. Just try to work our way up through, and just second was the best we could do.
Track looked in pretty good shape from the start of that main event. Even through the heat races, it looked pretty racy. Did you set your car up later in the race for the top side or the bottom side, or because knowing that with how slick this track can get, where were you most comfortable? Where did you want to be towards the end of that run?
I was running the top in the B there, because the B main kind of gave us some extra track time. But in the end, it was around the bottom, which I kind of figured it would go to. I made a gear change there before the main because I just had no drive on the start, so I had to do something about that. So we made a gear change, and I made the car really good there, especially the second half that I main there.
Well, you find yourself finishing second here tonight in the 305 Sprint Car Series, but tomorrow night you got a big job ahead of you. The 410, you're in contention to pick up a 410 title. This is good momentum going forward for that race tomorrow night.
Yeah, absolutely. We're at Charlotte, and that's one of my favorite tracks. So hopefully I have a good setup there and see what we can do. It's got to finish in front of Kevin, and that should hopefully be enough.
Now, I had a whisper that Kevin Hanley's running somewhere else tomorrow night, so whether that's true or not, or whether he decides to contend for the title, I believe you got Chris Roberts as well contending in a 3-way battle for the lead. So a few different scenarios to pop up tomorrow, but you've sort of got 24 hours to sort of reflect and get yourself prepared for that one tomorrow night. Richie, congratulations on your second place run here tonight. We'll let you get out of here and let you thank those sponsors as well, buddy.
Yeah, thanks. I got to thank you, Brett at UDTV, for broadcasting all season long, and Chris for putting on the league. It's a lot of fun. And my team, Elbows Up Sim Sport, and our sponsors, Anderson Speedway, Motorsports Beat, Just Up Logistics, Paints by Tunican, Hergot Real Estate Group, BS Air, Over the Wall Photography, Catch Fence Apparel, Frail Independent Mortgage Company.
There we go. Richie Preston there, home in second spot. Home in third place now. Chris, you caught up with Travis Oldfield.
Third place finisher Travis Oldfield. Now, wild last lap, man. Take us through those last couple of laps there.
It was definitely something having to come back through the field after a rough start. Man, this is just a group of cars, and man, we were racing so hard to get up there, and I'm really surprised I was able to get Jake there coming for the finish. I'm not sure what happened to him.
Yeah, he kind of got in the wall there on that last lap, and that allowed everybody to kind of catch up, and you had a big jumble there coming out of turn 4. But as like I said, a podium finish for you. You can't be mad about that.
Oh no, especially how my night started off. I wasn't looking forward to the main. To get a podium out of this, I'm really excited for that.
Who you got helping you out? Who you want to give thanks to?
I got to give a big thanks to KPR, Kenneth Payne Racing. Those guys helped me out every step of the way. Those guys are awesome.
All right, that is your third place finisher, Travis Oldfield, tonight here at Lanier.
All right, well, we're going to chat to the driver that comes home second, I believe, in the championship standings. So let's just mute him down there just so he can't be talking to anybody else. But finishing tonight in the main event, he got 13th. Not the way that he would have liked to finish out the season, but Chris Roberts, you come away, I believe, second in the championship, and, well, it was one that got away from you there in the end.
Yeah, I believe I'll still be second. Wasn't really the race I was hoping for, but, I mean, you look at the results, Joe won, so there would have been nothing I could have done anyhow. So it is what it is. Joe didn't have hardly any pressure on him. I had all the pressure because, I mean, I needed to finish fourth or better to even have a shot, and I was hanging right around that fourth place, and it just wasn't meant to be.
No, you've had your fair share of DOB titles, so it's about time you let somebody else win, right?
I mean, I'm only going for my 6-4-10 title tomorrow, so so once again, that's another long shot for me. Richie and Hanley kind of will have a lot easier there as Richie's leading that, but you never know what could happen. But yeah, I've won my fair share. So the only thing that stings about this one is we had a nice prize, 4 tickets to all 3 nights of the 360 Nationals. So congrats to Joe on picking those up. I'll get with Bob there and figure out how Joe can get a hold of him or how he can redeem those, and he can pick his 4 guys that he wants to take with him, and they can have fun at the 360 Nationals thanks to the National Sprint Car Hall of Fame.
Well, I mean, he was talking about which teammates he was going to take, and because he doesn't want to pick, he doesn't want to seem like he's picking other guys out of favoritism. Chris Nunn and I have offered ourselves up to go there with him, and if he wants to do it, he's more than welcome to. So maybe you can put in a good word for Chris Nunn and I, and hopefully we get to the Knoxville one day. But man, look, it's been a long season in the 305s, but man, we've seen some fantastic racing throughout the entire week.
A full 12 race schedule over 15 weeks, so a long season, but man, just about every single race, there was a lot of excitement, great side-by-side racing. Tonight, after going to the back there, I really didn't see much going up front, but Joe told me that him and Jake were duking it out big time until Jake cut the wall there with about 3 to go or something. So, I mean, the 305s, they've put on some great racing all season long. It's been fun. Everybody's been enjoying it. Had great sponsors to help us out. Like I said, with the National Sprint Car Hall of Fame coming on board for the title sponsor, and then the second weekend of the season offering up that great prize with the tickets to the 360 Nationals. Would have loved to make it a 360 410 national trip, but came up short. But I'll be there for the 410 Nats if anybody wants to meet up. Tim Sims for hooking us up with the National Sprint Car Hall of Fame. Gotta thank Tim for everything that he does, and hopefully he'll have a speedy recovery from his knee surgery there. Wicked Cushion Esports, Wicked Cushion, Wicked Energy Gum, Matt for everything he's always done for us. Got super clean with the Quick Time Award for the 305s. Just wouldn't be able to do everything that we do without all the sponsors, but most importantly, wouldn't be able to do it all without all the drivers that show up every week and provide some great racing for us to enjoy and you to commentate and all them fans out there to watch.
Okay, well, look, we'll let you get out of here, and we'll let you somewhat have a couple of quiet brewskis and celebrate a second place finish in the championship. We'll look forward to tomorrow night for the 410s, Chris. So once again, thank you very much for your time and efforts here this season.
Yeah, you're welcome, Brett. I was hoping to do some Stone Cold Steve Austin stuff out on the back porch tonight, but that's not going to happen. But, yeah, thanks for everything you've done, Brett. It's been fun. Got another tight points battle. Got 3 guys all in the hunt for the 410s tomorrow night, so that should be another good show. We'll be at Charlotte tomorrow for 35 laps.
All right, looking forward to that one. There we go. Chris Roberts there home in second place. And, well, Chris Nunn, that wraps us up. Championship night for the National Sprint Car Hall of Fame Museum 305 Sprint Car Series. If that's anything to go by, tomorrow night, the 410s at the dirt track at Charlotte.
No, most definitely. Got a close one brewing there. 12 points. Richie Preston, the leader. Anybody's ball game there. If it's like tonight with a wild finish, it's going to be good. Don't miss it.
All right, big thanks to, of course, the National Sprint Car Hall of Fame and Museum, of course, Tim's Dirt Track Simulators. Check them out on the social media pages. Give them a like, give them a follow as well. And, of course, don't forget to check out Dirty Old Bastards on Facebook. A big thanks to, of course, Wicked Cushion and World of Thunder Racing League for their continued support here on Ultimate Dirt TV. And until next time, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the team here at Ultimate Dirt TV and the management behind the scenes, on behalf of Chris Nunn and myself, Brett Wheeler, we sign off saying good night. We'll see you tomorrow night. First off, for the D&J Sim Racing 360 Sprint Car Series, followed by the Championship night for the Wicked Cushion Esports 410 Sprint Car Series at the Dirt Track at Charlotte.